So here we are back in my favorite forest. This is actually on top of a mountain. We're in actually Palm Springs where it's 110 degrees. And we take the tram up 8,000 feet. We're in the forest where it's only 70 degrees. We like to come here in the summer. And I brought my favorite lightweight gear. This is my same bag as last year. And I brought my lightweight Micro Four Thirds G7 with a couple lenses and small lenses and 3 AD100 flashes. 3 of these in this bag. Look how small the lenses are. And 4 light stands. I got 2 umbrellas, which I probably won't use, but 4 light stands in here that go up to 7 feet, which I showed you in the last video last year, so I'm not going to bother showing that again. But I hear there's rumors of a forest fairy being up here in the woods somewhere, so hopefully I'm going to capture one, because I hear they're pretty prevalent this time of year. So let's hope we can capture a forest fairy with my unassuming blending in with the wilderness G7. So let's see if we can find one, okay? So this is Micro Four Thirds, and we're going to look for a forest fairy. Here we go. I was traveling light because I didn't want to scare them with my equipment. And sure enough, it didn't take long before I found one. She was flying around, kind of curious who I was, a little scared. She kept her distance, but she was really curious. She was moving really fast. I didn't have a lot of time to set up, so I snapped a quick picture. It's not very sharp, but I tried to expose for her face, but as you can see, the background's all blown out. So I said, I gotta set up some flashes here because I want the background to be properly exposed. So I set up my little AD100s really quick. Didn't seem to bother her because they were kind of small. And she was a little playful. She kept hiding, but I knew where she was. And she got a little more courageous and came out from behind the tree. She was definitely playful, but she kept going outside the flashes. And then finally she rested on a log, which happened to be within the lights. Now I have a perfectly exposed background, and I got a light on her. That's great. I had the white balance set to 6200 to warm it up a bit. And she got a little more comfortable. She was definitely playful. Real fun personality. I could tell she had a mischievous side too. It's cute. Those little AD100s are great when you're moving fast and light. She loved playing hide and seek. Kept having to move my lights. Aw, nature is her home. That's so sweet. And then she flew up on a rock. I switched to a 14mm 2.5, aimed a flash up at her. She didn't seem to mind a flash. Those forest fairies aren't really afraid of very much. I'm so glad I found one. Oh, she was so much fun. She loved having her picture taken. I gotta come back here sometime. I hope she's still here. So there you go. They do exist, and you don't need a fancy, modern, expensive camera to capture the magic. Okay, how do you make magic fairy glow? You can do this in both Photoshop for stills and After Effects for video. First thing you do is you make several copies of the layer. You mute out the first one, and the second one's the one you want to work on. You leave the first one alone. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to outline the area of glow for her. The wings are going to be done separately. So here I am, just outlining roughly where I want the glow to be for her. Now I'm going to push Shift F6 to feather the edges. I'm going to invert the selection, and I'm going to delete the outside. So this is the area that's going to be affected. Now I'm going to put the background back on, deselect, and now I'm going to do a filter. I'm going to do a Gaussian blur, and I'm going to do it around 50. Just doesn't have to be exact, but around 50. Now I'm going to take the opacity of the layer here, and I'm going to put it down to 50 also, so you can see half and half. And it's already looking pretty good. Now I'm going to go here to the type of layer. This is not a set rule for every picture. Each picture is completely different, has a different look depending on the colors and the lightness. So this is normal, this is lighten, this is screen, this is color dodge, linear dodge, lighter color, overlay, soft light, hard light, vivid light, linear light, pin light, hard mix. I'm going to go down to luminosity. Sometimes that looks pretty good too. Luminosity actually looks pretty good. These ones are a little too much in color. Like I said, each picture is completely different, and it's a matter of taste. Soft light looks actually pretty good here. So for me, it's between lighter color and soft light. So lighter color, soft light, lighter color, soft light? I can't decide. So I'm going to make another layer and make one 25% soft light and 25% lighter color. There, that looks pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to collapse those two layers. And now I'm going to activate the copy of the background layer. Now I'm going to outline the wings. And I'm going to give a little bit of area beyond the tips a little bit here. Okay, there's that. Okay, and now I'm going to invert the selection. I'm going to delete. So that's the area that I have. Deselect, blur the area. So that's what it looks like. And now I'm going to go down and check, look at my choices. Lighten, that looks pretty good. Screen. Now notice here, color dodge, iridescence looks really good, but screen makes the color, actually, oh, this is nice. Linear dodge makes the glow look really good. Okay, so I'm going to use color dodge for the wings, make a copy, and merge down the color dodge. And now, so I've got that. I've got the iridescence of the wings. Now I want to add a little glow to the outside of the wings. So I'm going to use the one that has color dodge here, and I'm going to take my eraser and erase out the part that is too much. So now I've got the glow and the iridescence here. And it's starting to look really magical here. There. So what I did is I just kept the color dodge for the outer glow of the wings, but I'm erasing out the inner part to show the iridescence that I had from the previous layer. So that looks pretty good right there. Yeah. All right, now I'm going to flatten that out and save. There you go. There you've got your magic fairy. This is before and after. Before and after. This is strictly a matter of taste and being artistic. But there you got a rough idea of how to add magic to a picture. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye.